maritime law is such that all mariners, that anybody that's in distress, they help each other out.
We call a double SC mission, which is surface surveillance, and we just happened to be doing a patrol looking for vessels of interest and contacts of interest. Flying along, our crew found a contact on radar that we went to go investigate, and found one Dhow, which we call, it's a small fishing boat, and it looked like he had some problems when we arrived. He was waving quite frantically. There was about 4 guys on the ship. And so we made several passes to figure out what was going on, and that's when we realized that they were a stricken vessel, and we contacted Mum, and she proceeded over that way to lend assistance.
See they're crazy? Yeah, they're dead in the water.
So we kind of thought there was something a little bit off with this, so we stuck around for a little bit longer, and sure enough, we found a sizable oil slick around the little boat. So we were under the impression that maybe they'd lost engine power or some such.
Permission from the ship for us to do that first, or you just want to do it? Actually, call it back from up there first. Yeah, I just want to make sure that they actually do have a problem. It looks like they do, though. They're not waving, they're like pointing at their ship. Yeah, the guy was doing the land here signal. Yeah. Okay. Alright, they're not sinking, it's just probably their motor's dead.
A lot of them will wave or give a friendly wave, but these guys seem to be, their arms are up and down, and some are in a praying motion, and it just didn't seem right. So we made a couple more passes, and a little bit lower and a little bit slower to take a closer look.
We'll take the UHF Shane.
Earlier on in the forenoon, the aircraft got, or they overflew a small Dhow, and they reported back that they were trying. It looked like the personnel in the Dhow were trying to contact them, waving flags, etc. So Winnipeg closed. Within a couple hours, we had them in visual sight, And they had a larger flag back aft, and one of the crew members was standing on top of the Dhow, waving a shirt around. So in fact, they did look like they were in distress. As we closed and got closer, they actually had homemade oars, some sort of, they broke their boat apart to make some oars, so they were definitely in distress. So we tried to talk from the bridge to them, and then we put the boarding team in the boat. We went over, and from that, once we secured the boat, we found out that the vessel had left Pakistan about 10 to 11 days prior. Their vessel broke down 5 days ago, and they've been drifting at sea for about 5 or 6 days. They had pretty much zero food, but they had about 20 gallons of water left on board.
Confirm that he is not holding any cargo right now, and also confirm that there is no modification to the boat, i.e., new planks, new hidden compartments, etc.
I verify there is no cargo on board, and there's definitely no new planks. Over.
Yeah, okay, now, what confidence do you have that it was the battery that was the problem? Did they stop it intentionally, or what do we know?
This is Alpha 1, there's 100% confidence the posts on the battery are pretty much deteriorated, rotten to the point that you just got metallic objects that jammed in to get the
Okay, well, we'll bring him this second battery, and hopefully that will get him going. Does he need any more in the way of water or food?
This is Alpha. The initial, all he said was that just get us going, and then we can go from there. Everybody's got a concern that if we get him going.
They left 11 days ago for about a 10-day transit from Gwadar to Horfakon, and they pretty much dead in the water about 5 days ago. So they're just at the end of their food and water. Food right now, they still got half their thing of water.
They were asking for water right away.
Of course they are. Yeah. They look fine. Yes, sir.
Basically, we tried to get the boat going. We took over 2 brand new batteries with us. Tried to turn the engine over. Found it was drawing the right amount of voltage, but it just wasn't. The starter wasn't turning over. So we decided to take the starter out, and we tested it. And what happens is the Bendix kicks out, but the starter won't turn. So decision was made to bring it back here to take a look at it further and see if we can repair it. Bringing it back here, we found that the brushes that made contact with your commutator weren't making contact. Plus, there was a lead broken. How long you got? I got that. Is that enough, or do we need one more? So we've taken it apart. We're trying to rebuild 2 leads for the broken ones that go to the brushes. Or we can just be cleaning the commutator right now, and hopefully within the next hour and a half or so we should have it back together, and it should be working.
Build now starter.
Hooray!
That might or might not work. And there come lights. Here. I got a bunch more here in my pocket.
No, I guess we'll find out shortly if the repairs work or not. The best way to tell would be actually bring it over there and pop her in and see if it works. I don't know, we'll see what happens.
Pretty much a waiting game right now. They fixed the part, or at least they think they did. They worked on it for a few hours, started. And with the new batteries that we got over there, the boarding team's on board the Dhow now, trying to reinstall the part, see if they can flash up the engine. And we're hoping for success, because the preference is obviously to get these guys motoring on their own power again and let them go on their way, rather than the alternate, which is having them abandon their ship.
Okay, well that's it. Then if I don't get an answer a positive answer from this effort, I'm taking him in tow, and we'll keep buggering away at it throughout the night, but I'm going to just take him in tow towards Fujairah.
Hi, sir. I've also passed the same sit rep to NDCC.
Roger. I was thinking, yeah, at least 5. I was hoping 7. 7 knots can have him there in 10 hours less. It's about 60 miles to territorial water. I mean, he's got to go about 7 knots or something. Now this is Father Roger, Alpha 1. We're going to take him in tow. So stand by a bit there. We'll get closed up here. And we'll give you details on the plan as they develop, but basically it's going to involve us passing a hawser to you and start having a look at how you're going to make it fast there. Over.
This is Alpha 1, Roger.
And come back to Mother. Come on board. We'll have a quick little planning session.
On our bollard. Right now you've got, what is a 60-foot bridle?
About a 60-foot
60 foot with a, what are you using to shackle it? Just standard shackle?
1 1/4 inch shackle.
Okay, so that gear's ready to go. We're going to throw that in the rib.
Okay.
We're going to send Peter Sablé over with Alpha 1 comms. I'll have comms in the same channel back in the quarterdeck, so they'll send them over with the messenger once you finish your tow approach, and then we'll actually haul the hawser over. They'll secure it with the bridle on, and then Peter Sablé will stay on board with Alpha 1, make sure that once we get things up in speed and get moving, that it's riding okay, and then if that's working out all right, then they'll disembark. We've got a flashlight ready to go. So we'll keep them on the disengaged side. We'll keep the rib clear on the opposite side.
Okay, so I'll put the Dhow on the port side, river follow in on the starboard.
And then once you've stopped and as close as you want to be, then I'll direct the rib from there.
Okay.
But I'll wait for your cue on the VHF to tell me that you're happy for me to start controlling the rib.
So what we'll do is we'll get going.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And once we're happy that we're settled in and life is good, then we'll bring the rib in to pick you up and get you off. Okay.
Sure.
A couple of things I want to make sure that the Dhow crew is aware of is I want one of them to steer. Okay, so that they stay dead astern of us, and I want a clear signal for them to signal any kind of emergency.
You're still happy for us to be here?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so we're just confirming with Fujairah that they'll take these guys right now, but for now we're just going to get on with it. Okay? Okay, so roust up those last minute things that you need, food, etc., what have you. And as soon as you're ready, we'll call the rib in, and we'll send you over there, and then...
Okay. So you're going to go on board, sir, so Peter Sablé doesn't need a PRC, right?
Negative.
You're going to talk for his back? Okay.
Now,
I'll
we're
have the PRC
we're
done.
putting both of you on board the Dhow first, correct?
Yes, sir, with security. We're
Okay.
going to take 2 other guys.
All right. Okay.
Okay. All right. About 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
is that the Dhow and head there?
You guys are plain old security for myself, heading up the way. We're going to go forward and explain to them what we're doing. We might actually have to move them around, sit to their port and stuff like that. Probably want them out. We'll see, watch and shoot. I think we're good enough having them forward there. We're just going to run it through, make the bridle, bam, you guys are going to get off. Lay and I are just going to stand back. We'll bring all the guys
setting up
back
these
down.
messengers so that the towing hawser that we're going to use is really heavy, so that what we'll be doing, it will have a nice and it will be a small line which will be connected onto this line, which is a lot heavier, so that the strain of the small line don't break as we pass the towing hawser over to the Dhow. So we're just preparing, if I can see with the light.
Capstan. We'll zero the capstan there, and then after that we'll see the zero as required. Okay. Then once it's going to happen, we'll get the boat under tow. We'll stay back here for a bit. Let's keep a couple of us back here in case we have to do anything. And then once we're all happy and settled in, you guys are done. Okay? I think Robert, just hold it there. All right. Just check the weight. Rover's going to hold all the weight. So I'm back Rover up right here.
Last night, once the decision was made, we had one of the other the bosun, some of the experts on towing, etc., come with us. We embarked the boat again, improvised a bridle, and we towed the vessel all night. We gave the crew a box and a bit worth of rations, about 36 bottles of water, They were pretty happy. There was 5 Pakistani fellas pretty parched. Other than that, we gave them a safety brief on what to do in towing, and we took their vessel in tow for about 12 hours. And they were all happy and blowing us kisses and was praising to Allah that we dropped them off safely.